The first time I masturbated was when I was 12 years old. I was in the bathtub, helpless to a steady stream of warm water cascading down my lady parts. While the most intoxicating buildup brought me up to my first orgasm. Nothing...
Oh my god.
Nothing in my hush-hush Catholic upbringing and...
Dude, guys, shut up! My god, it's not even funny. You guys are dying of laughter.
Oh my god. Nothing in my hush-hush Catholic upbringing and innocent friend circle had prepared me for this earth-shaking experience. Equal parts pleasure and shame.
Earth-shaking experience.
I'm so done.
Dude.
I didn't know what I stumbled upon, only that it felt scary and wrong, but I tried to not care. No longer would I be crushed out on Eddie Vedder on Chris Cornell. H2O had stolen my heart. After that, sex was always on my mind. Dredging through the book Treasure Island in 7th grade, I told myself I was allowed.
Accidentally pressed the wrong button.
What?
Oh my god, Diamond just
It's okay, 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 we'll continue. I told myself I was allowed to masturbate to orgasm at the end of each chapter so I could finish by the due date. There are 34 chapters in that book, and having made that deal, I breezed through them over the course of a few blissed out days. Robert Louis Stevenson will be forever an erotic novelist in my mind. Erotic novelist in my mind. My hormones were a freight train, and I tried to keep up. I wonder now if I would have lost the thrill of masturbation eventually, once the novelty wore off. But I found new thrills. I started staying up late when Mom and Dad were snoring away in oblivion to watch softcore porn on Cinemax. Shannon too. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, who wrote this?
Oh my god. You're the person that wrote that is such a god.
Shannon Tweed became my nighttime hero. I didn't know whether to hate her or love her, but I knew I needed her. During the day, I made other arrangements. My brother was 3 years old, and I'd wait for him to leave the house, then raid his stash, hidden in his bedside drawer under men's fitness magazines and school notebooks. Oh my god. Girly mags, unlabeled VHS tapes. I masturbated every day, multiple times a day, until I was exhausted and sore. Later when classmates
I'll be right back. I'm gonna be right back.
This sounds like when I was younger. Later when classmates at my all-girls Catholic high school were talking about MTV, YM, magazines, and PMs, I was educating myself on all sorts of other things. DP, POV, ATM, and more. With the advent of chat rooms on AOL, I supplemented porn with cybersex and sometimes managed to find clips and videos online which took hours to download. I needed to find an empty house and no plans for the day for that kind of work. When friends invited me out, I often made excuses, preferring the ease and familiarity of my screens and self-soothing to the pressure of social connection. I feared that somehow they'd figure out my dark secret. If nobody was talking about porn and masturbation, then certainly I was doing something odd. And sometimes I was odd and pathetic and bad. Shame consumed on me. When dial-up was replaced with broadband, porn was even more immediate, with sites like 89, RedTube, Pornhub, Tube Galore, and so many others.
I'm done.
I didn't have to depend on anyone else for my fix. I'd come into my own. This is like a biography about a little girl's life.
No.
It's way longer. Where'd it go again? There. This went on for years. A decade, almost 2. Then one day I found myself clicking through gangbangs, but bored by the number of men I saw. 6
Oh
in
my
this one,
God.
8 in that one, 10 in the other. Usually gangbangs were a sure bet to getting off, but not this time. I kept searching, clicking through endless galleries of flesh, waiting to be impressed. This actually happens to me. Finally, I found out one that gave me that body-tingling, heart-racing, sweat-inducing rush of excitement. It was an older clip, late 90s, but it was perfect. More than 500 men. What the hell? The Houston 500 The Houston 500
Oh
Stones,
my
the books of
God.
Blonde Houston, born Kimberly Halsam, taking on a reportedly 620 men in an uninterrupted frenzy hosted by Ron Jeremy. The filming was done in a garage, showing men taking turns mounting and finishing while the ticker goes up, and Houston makes history in what we consider the world's biggest gangbang. She was shown laughing a lot of the time, other times understandably exhausted toward the end. I know this because I watched it until the end. I watched the fluffers on their knees getting starstruck, men ready for their big shining moment. I watched condoms get pulled off just in time for these men to erupt all over Houston's oversized silicon breasts. I watched
Ugh.
Ron Jeremy finish her off as lucky number 620. Oh my god. I'm gonna skip some of these paragraphs just so we can get it done with. Porn had also warped my sex life. The act was unsatisfying unless I felt some inlinking of shame. I often fantasized about men cheating on me, hurting me, using me, just so I could get off. I rarely allowed myself to surrender to the sensations of our ongoing connection. That's not the kind of pleasure I knew. In order to keep this going, I had to have more sex and more fantasies. I'm sure many of the past lovers can attest
What the fuck?
its capability by my unrealistic demands and frustration. Oh my, I'm not gonna read the rest of this. This is terrible.
Oh my god.
That was good. That literally changed everything that I think about.
Oh.
I mean, it makes sense. That's how I used to be.
That's how we.
Somewhat.
Wow.
That was me like 2 months ago. Like, not even kidding.
What the hell?
Keep doing it over and over.
Just.
Like, literally all
Wow.
through summer, 4 times a day. GG.
Fuck.
That was beginning
Wow.
of summer. After about a month, I was like, yo, I can't do this anymore.
Active sharp. Wow.
I couldn't, yo.